God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Music Monday on this Monday, man. Y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you're new and if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and y'all know we got Music Monday, which this is what this is. So y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you haven't done so already. Also, sign up for that sold out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat. It is free, where of course we continue the sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, a music section, ironically, and we also have several other sections. We just added a lid section to that for the people who rock the hats and the caps as well. So you guys sign up for that. It's free to sign up, and it's pinned at the top of the chat, man. But tonight's topic, man, I'm gonna keep it rolling because I only plan to be on this joint for like an hour, making sure I try to start on time as much as possible. So as y'all come in and out, y'all definitely smash the like button, and also let me know if visual and audio is okay. Like I said, I just got a new camera set up, but to be honest, I think I got the settings where I want them to be. Some of my videos are gonna look slightly different this week, FYI. I've been trying out some blurry background settings, aka, which I do have a light version, but I feel like I went OD on it this week. But at the same time, you guys let me know as I got more content rolling out through this week as well. But let's just go and just dive into tonight's topic, man. Pretty much, we got an update on Diddy. So pretty much the trial is supposed to be starting soon, and they're going to have Cassie to testify against Diddy. And of course, if you haven't been living under a rock, it feels like every single week since this man has been locked up, they've added nothing but more and more charges, right? Okay, so I'm going to go over that. And then we're also going to talk about Dylan. Apparently, if you guys don't remember, as I grew up, watching Making the Band series, and the Making the Band 2, in my opinion, was the best one out of all the Making the Bands. Like, I like the Day 26 joint. The Diddy Kane joint didn't really hold my attention, even though they did their thing too. But you know, they had Donnie. He signed him as a separate group, but the Making the Band series was very interesting. Probably why he got a part 3, part 4, what have you, right? Okay. So we're going to be talking about that. Dylan got arrested. We'll probably start there, transition into Diddy, and then I don't know if you guys remember, but Tay-K, the guy who said I did the race joint, where if I'm not mistaken, he was facing double murder. So he's going for his second trial. Keep in mind, things didn't go so well for the first trial. If I had to guess, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, He got sentenced to 55 years for the first one, right? Okay, so he tried to fight it out and then take a deal, but then again, I think the deal was not no better than him might as well pushing it all the way. So we got an update on him doing his second trial. I think first week has concluded. Now, a lot of people will probably already kind of forgot / like wrote this guy off, man. But I mean, he did this stuff when he was a teenager, but he stayed locked down so long that he actually, literally got trialed as an adult to the best of my knowledge. Now they ain't got no choice but to trial him as an adult because he is an adult. But it's my thing. What didn't help him but also helped him, and it's kind of a double negative as I say that, had he not did the race, would he been able to make that song and it took off like that? It went viral for a moment. But at the same time, he got house arrest for this shit. My thing is, you can still make the song like you're about to do the race, but don't actually cut the ankle. You're not getting bail at that point. So you already know that. But I think homie already knew low-key deep down it probably wasn't looking good for him. So I don't know how much more time he's going to get for this one because his second trial is supposed to be, and I'm going to just double-check the title real quick. His second trial is going for capital murder. So I'm going to actually just do a quick little different tab real quick before I get started because I actually want to know what is considered capital murder because I know what manslaughter is. That's unintentional death. And then you got first degree murder, and then there's second degree murder. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much I don't think there's technically no third degree murder, but we're going to break down that just to see what it is. Cool. Capital murder, I'm very curious what the difference. I may even do like a comparison because y'all always say like I feel like I should go to lawyer school, but no, man. I look all this stuff up because as a person who's been in and out of legal trouble himself, and to keep it 100, I feel like I didn't do nothing each and every single time. But you never know what laws you low key could be breaking until you've already broken them too. You know, and I'm not trying to say that this may be the case for him because I mean everybody already know. Don't. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those, this is murder type of talk. This isn't one of those like, yo, I was jaywalking across the street and then know it type of situation. Not saying that's his case. I'm just throwing it out there for examples. And then also we're going to be talking Young Thug. Looks like he's been playing with his probation, in my opinion, dog. I mean, he does have freedom of speech. And I want to say that if I'm not mistaken, Young Thug like literally took a plea deal, if I'm not mistaken, and part of that plea deal, he has 15 years probation, which is a very long time to walk a tightrope, and the judge got some very strict stipulations on there. Now, what I think they're hoping him and his attorney, right, is if he stay out of trouble, which your name don't need to be brought up and stuff like this, and I'm not saying he's guilty of anything because I already know that the judge said no. They wanted him locked back up, but I know the judge said no, but I am going to do an update on that because low-key, Young Thug is one of my favorite rappers. You know what I'm saying? As far as diversity, what he brought to the game, something different, and you can tell who he was inspired by, but he took the reins with it and twisted and made it his own unique style as well. But I will be covering that as well. So hopefully, you know, Young Thug knows to walk a tightrope. To keep in mind, I haven't heard, since he's been out and took the plea deal, which I know has got to bother him too, the fact that the other people that was facing the exact same time as him that didn't take the plea deal, they end up like a week later that they beat the case. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't have enough evidence. But I feel like that was Thug low-key taking one for the team because they wanted Thug. So Thug found a plea deal where he can come home, and then that pretty much let his other homies out. But now, if I'm not mistaken, they probably are not supposed to be in any way, shape, or form, in any form of communication. And Thug's lyrics have had to walk a tightrope. And we've seen him already kind of rocking stuff that's kind of, gave hints that he's still down. You know what I mean? But at the same time, he's been quiet for the most part. And then he knows he can't just be sneaking around because everybody knows who you are, man. Ironically, I have seen him at on the floor games with his girl or whatever, and everybody's been trying to make that a big deal too. But we're gonna see how it goes, man. I think I'm gonna start there with Thug, then we're gonna go to Diddy, and then we're gonna start with Young Thug, then we're gonna go to Dylon, and then we'll go to Diddy, and then we'll close out with Tay-K. I think that one's probably going to take me the longest. I won't be surprised if I even have to do like a part 2. But I mean, we starting early, so we good. So I think probably it'll be right on time. So let's see what we got real quick for going on with Young Thug. Looks like we got an update on the case. I'm going to share my screen here. Give me like 2 seconds. Now, keep in mind, Thug hasn't been long came home, man. And he's already looking like him regular self again. But I'm going to be honest, I need some music from Thug. And now the baby, like, no, not the baby, but Lil Baby, right? Okay, I know there's a lot of babies in the game, but Lil Baby dropped the album, and it featured Thug and Future. Song not bad, but I can tell Thug had to choose very carefully. He can't get expressive like he really want to and talk that talk. I don't think that's fair that they take away his freedom of speech in a certain way, because he can still say what he want to say, but he needs to be very careful. They said they don't want him doing this or doing that because that would violate his probation. So I feel like low-key, that's why he's been somewhat quiet, you know, or he's grinding behind the scenes, pulling a Tory Lanez, where, remember when that whole Magnus Iron and Tory Lanez situation came about, and Tory just kind of like, he posted bail and then just dipped out? He locked himself in at the studio. From what it looks like from the outside in, he locked himself in the studio and made a phenomenal album. And I'm hoping that's what Thug is doing. He's in the studio cooking up, choosing his wordplay very carefully, but making sure he's getting his melodies right and every single thing right, okay? And meanwhile, Gunna's been extra quiet too. So I'm very curious. And we've seen Gunna, how he came out and came like a new man. You know, I feel like he doesn't do any of the stuff that he once did, right? Okay, he's convinced me. He ain't trying to go back behind there. He broke and took the deal a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, Gunna technically didn't snitch. He didn't like take the stand. He didn't get called to testify or what have you. So, I mean, to be honest, to be fair, people still gave him a get out of jail. People still gave him a hard time. I ain't gonna say a get out of jail free card, because a lot of people, when he was on scene on the like stand taking the yes ma'am, yes ma'am, yes ma'am, that wasn't holding it down, dog. But I mean, at the same time, I'm not judging him for that, because you will get very appreciative. You know, your life or your more time on your life on the line. I don't yes ma'am several judges or yes sirs, like, you know what I'm saying, to get the fuck up out of there. You know what I'm saying? No, I didn't snitch on anybody. I literally just took like the deals each and every time. Cause that shit is exhausting, time consuming, and they don't talk like how you and I talk. You know, I'm just going to throw that out there. So let me share my screen real quick and we'll get started on Young Thug's story. Then we'll transition on to Diddy's and Dylan's situation, or Dylan, then Diddy. And then we'll close out with Tay-K. So as y'all come in and out, definitely smash that like button. And of course, let me know if visuals is looking good. So share my screen here for Music Monday. Boom, you guys should be seeing that. Says Young Thug, judge denies prosecutor's motion to revoke his probation. So pretty much they wanted his probation revoked because of what he said about somebody in particular, right? It says Young Thug will not be headed back to jail over his recent social media post, despite what the Fulton County District Attorney Office tried to argue. Young Thug, stay the fuck off social media, dog. One point blank period for me. This is my thing why I don't post on there. That shit, those people are watching you like a hawk. And I know it sucks that you can't really use that platform like you normally use, because I know that's also probably a piece of your bread and butter. But at the same time, you know, anything you say, they're going to use it against you as much as possible. They're mad they didn't lock you down like they wanted to. You know what I'm saying? As previously reported, the DA's office filed a motion in court on Wednesday, April 2nd, saying that Thugger should be sent back to prison because, as they put it, he leveled threats at the police detective. So I don't think that. He just pretty much said that the person sucks is what I got from it. They accused the rapper of escalating threats and witnesses and intimidation in a since-deleted social media post about Fulton County's investigator Marissa Barreto. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. If not, my bad. It says, who is currently in the process of testifying in sprawling gang member promontory hearing linked to Lil Baby. So I've been hearing that floating around too, that they've got some that they looking for Lil Baby in his game. I think it was 4PF. Don't quote me on that. But again, I haven't seen anything stick or what they've done or what they haven't done. But They did say, to be honest, when they locked up Thug and them, they said, we got more people too. We're working this one first, but there will be more coming down the pipeline. And we didn't know who particularly they were talking about. To be honest, I was thinking like maybe like Dirk, but then again, I hate to bring that up. Dirk them caught up in the murder for hire situation and other cases too, you know what I'm saying? So not looking good for Dirk, but he's put out an album, I want to say last week. I haven't got a chance to fully listen to the joint, but I do fuck with Dirk's music the long way, and I have ever since he's came out, you know, watching the transition and watching him grow to what he is now. So I respect it. But at the same time, I get it. I don't know if any of the stuff against him is true or not. So this whole live and everything is a legend and opinionated base. But now it's got a little baby. It's like, bro, like every rapper situation we got, if you think about it, and I've been saying this, it's like these guys have just been like in the hot seat lately. Thug come out, but then we got what? Lil Baby them under investigation, allegedly. Then you got Lil Durk and his situation, you know what I'm saying? We can just go down a rabbit hole low key of how many rappers have just got shit pending, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it seems like it just ongoing. Look, we even got Diddy up on the topic too, and he's usually supposed to be like, Diddy was the guy, and probably still is, that people look up to in hip hop, you know, like of trying to get on the level of how Diddy did it, you know what I'm saying? No pun intended. And then, you know, Russell Simmons and stuff like that. Even that, you know, he's out in Bali. We don't know what the fuck is going on with that situation, but people put cases against him too. Don't mean it's not. Don't mean it's true or not true. But at the same time, I'm a firm believer, innocent until proven guilty, unless we got some pretty big, like, hard evidence on people, right? As a person, I know for a fact that the way the law is written, it really fucked up, in my opinion, right? And let me get back to the article real quick. It says, alongside a photo of Arreto, he wrote, "Biggest liar in the DA office." That's not a threat, though, in my opinion. It's just saying, like, yo, you're a fucking liar. Like, I can think of several individuals and that I deal with on a daily basis or on a weekly or regular basis where it's like, some of their stories, let's just keep it 100. I look at them and I be like, you lying. But I'm gonna let you tell it anyway. I don't say anything. I just look at them and they look at me and I'm like, you lying. You know what I'm saying? Calling somebody a liar, I don't think that's enough. And again, I'm no judge here, but as we can see, that didn't stick. But you need to walk a tightrope, though, if I had to give out any advice, because obviously they're watching your each and every move. So, I mean, you got to move carefully. Says the rapper is currently serving 15-year probation as a result of the plea deal he agreed in the RICO case against him in the YSL crew last year, writing that his continued presence in the community under probationary supervision prevents a clear and present danger to the public safety and undermines the rule of law. Prosecutors sought to revoke his probation, but the judge has just denied the motion. It says, according to TMZ, the judge, Whitaker, said his post wasn't a good idea, but it's not bad enough to send him back behind bars. I mean, that should be honest. I mean, yeah, cool. That wasn't a smart move, but at the same time, it's like he ain't threatened her or anything like that. It says, having reviewed the terms and conditions of the plaintiff's probation imposed by the court declines to revoke the defendant's probation based on the violation asserted, Whitaker wrote. It says, she then added, though that it may be a prisoner of defendant to the exercise restraint regarding certain topics. Reacting to the DA's initial filing on Wednesday, Young Thug had denied any wrongdoing, writing on X, which is formerly known as Twitter, even though they don't even say that anymore. I don't make threats to people. I'm a good person. I would never condone anyone threatening anyone or definitely participating in threatening anyone. I'm all about peace and love. Yeah, I wonder which team member wrote that in, or maybe Brian still behind the scenes grinding. You know what I'm saying? Some tell me Brian still got paid, but he's still getting paid. Trust me, because he obviously ain't letting up. He got to ride all the way. You know what I'm saying? His attorney, Brian Steele, also said in a statement, this motion is baseless. While intimidation and threats of violence are never appropriate, Jeffrey Williams has done nothing wrong. He took forward to seeking a dismissal of the petition. It says in a post taken aim at Berto came just after the posting he felt there was a cover-up of young Scooter's real cause of death. So Young Scooter, we did cover that, I want to say, last week too. So RIP to Young Scooter, a person that I know for a fact, I think it was Future's artist, but I'm almost positive I'm known for seeing Young Scooter work with Young Thug as well. Don't quote me on that, but I'm almost positive I've heard some of their music, you know what I'm saying, mixed together. You know what I'm saying? It says, while cops first said Scooter died from injuries he suffered during a police chase after reportedly rupturing his formatory artery. So assuming he hit like an artery, so I'm not sure which one. Thug argued that he was actually shot by the police. Autopsy came back. Street got shot. He wrote X on X. So pretty much that was the first thing that probably was the first straw where they're like, no, this is something that happened and we had nothing to do with. It says, however, Atlanta police, the Fulton County medical examiner, released Scooter's autopsy results shortly after Thug's post to refute his claim. Mr. Bailey sustained a penetrating injury of his right thigh that created marked blood loss. Injury was not a gunshot wound. But I mean, like, damn, how hard did he fall, or what the fuck did he do where it was that damn bad? You know what I'm saying? I mean, seems like there should be more to the story, but I mean, if that's what they have, that's what they have. But yeah, this is pretty much Young Thug, where the investigators were calling the, for what he said. So he obviously don't believe it, and he feels some type of way. But I mean, at the end of the day, to keep it 100, Thug, sometimes you just got to keep your comments amongst don't write it anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much Brian's still lawyer. His is still the top dog. You know what I'm saying? State files a motion to reveal. We just kind of covered that. So we're glad that didn't actually stick. But Thug, man, 15 years. I'm going to just end it on this with Young Thug, and then we're going to go to Dylan and transfer to Diddy. Dog, 15 years, probation, long time, especially with your stuff being so strict. Just keep quiet, low key, make some fire music where we ain't got to threaten nobody or this, that, and the third that's going to push the limit. And then, after about 5 years, they make, you can have Brian still go back and get, XYZ. But he's got a very strict, probation. I wonder if he can even tour. But, I mean, to be honest, if he keeps a low profile and keep quiet, each couple years and stay out of trouble, he can get he can go back and get some of this shit probably, or he can ask for the probation to be reduced to, all right, cool. Say, I've been good for 2 years. Can we get it reduced to 8? Judge like, all right, cool. It's still a long motherfucking time. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Then, you know what I'm saying? It could be a possibility if you got the right bread. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's going to happen or could happen or what. But, it's no different than all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they just say no and they deny the claim to reduce his probation. You know what I'm saying? But it's worth a shot at the end of the day if you've been doing what you're supposed to be doing and being a law-abiding citizen. You know what I'm saying? What I got from it. But that's Young Thug, everybody. And then we're going to transfer it on to Dylan real quick. And then we'll go to Cassie and Diddy. And then we'll wrap things up here for tonight, man. So pretty much we're right on track. I'm going to be on the joint for another 30 minutes. Let's see where we are real quick. It says, Dylan from Making the Band arrested for assault in North Carolina. Now, again, I brought over this at the beginning of the live. This was the guy from Making the Band who had that extreme long accent. And Diddy, he was in legal trouble back then. And Diddy did his thing to make sure that he stay out of it and put money up. But, honestly, once Dylan got signed, dog, it just wasn't the same as when he was just as hungry whenever he was doing those battles in the Making the Band joint. You know what I'm saying? It's a different ball game. But it says the rapper posted $500 bond and is due back in court July 1st. That means most likely they set the bail at $5,000. They need $500. It says Dylan Digila from Diddy's Making a Band 2 series was arrested for assaulting a man in North Carolina. It says, according to the arrest warrant obtained by TMZ, police apprehended Dylan in connection with an alleged altercation that took place on Thursday in Wake County. It says the report stated Dylan slapped a man named Joseph Guadalupe, hope I'm saying that correctly, across the face twice, with police arriving shortly after the arrest and the rapper and charged him with assault. Dylan posted bond at $500 is due back in court July 1st. The arrest comes after Dylan's name popped back up in the spotlight last year. He claimed the famous Chappelle Show skit mocking himself and the group ruined his music career. I'm not going to say that. Come on, Dylan. We got to take a little bit of responsibility here, dog. that one was funny too, but at the same time, you kind of got like when you officially got like the Diddy deal, you kind of acted lost, dog. For like the remainder, you was in. Like Diddy said it best, if I'm not mistaken, on one of the episodes. He's like, Dylan's damn near whack right now. You know what I'm saying? Like because he went so left field with it. You know what I'm saying? He like, bro, I don't know if I can even do this. You know what I'm saying? It got where the point was coming too much work for Diddy. You know. Now I have seen the Young City, aka Chopper, interviews that he's made his rounds. I think he did some of his answers, in my opinion, allegedly. I don't know. They just seem suspect. You know what I'm saying? Like there's got to be more to the story. Maybe he's telling the truth though. You know, it says in a conversation with the We Are Flatbush podcast, Dylan spoke on how much the skit really hurt and explaining it's difficult to get people to work with him. I mean, if you make a fire music, you make a fire music, but basically, yeah, you're gonna put a little bit more footwork in and get your hit back out. But if you could do that, you make the right hits and make the right moves, they'll work with you. Says anytime I send my music to DJs, they say, "Oh, that's that N-word that Dave Chappelle made fun of." Nah, I'm good on that. Dylan said. Not only that, but now every promoter says, "Nah, we're not booking him." So now I have a newborn and the fridge is empty in 2005, and no one is calling me. Because everyone is laughing. He added. Let me put it as he added at the time, no one picking up the phone, no, not one label. And at that time, you had to sign a record label. You had to be signed to a record label. And I called all them direct and he said, I can't help you. That joke took over. That joke burned my career. I mean, to be honest, I guess, but do he got the bread to really go against a Dave Chappelle? And to be honest, bro, that was just during the times, man. I don't want to sound that, but he's posted bail, so apparently he's guilty, or apparently they suspect, allegedly, right? I don't say he's guilty because he hasn't been back to court or anything like that, so we don't know. But this is the mugshot, and I did see Manny with the Kicks post this in the music section of the Discord. So here we are, man. So, I mean, I guess this is made. I mean, to be honest, I don't think he would be doing any real time behind that. I mean, you slap somebody with assault, and I mean, that's just it. I hate to say it. But let's transition on to Diddy real quick. He faces new charges in the third superseding indictment, Cassie to testify at trial. This has come April 7th right here, which is today, so I wanted to get this out. Diddy, man, is in the fight for his freaking life, dog. This is crazy. Now, I'm not going to say if he's guilty of this stuff, then it is what it is, but this is very interesting. I do like that how Diddy, on the other hand, has been keeping a low profile. Not like he didn't have a choice, though, to keep it 100. But let's read this article real quick, and then we'll transition on to Tay-K's for like the last 15, and then we'll wrap things up here for the night, if that's cool with y'all. It says, Diddy has been hit with yet more criminal charges as a third superseding indictment has been filed against him. Prosecutors have slapped the bad boy boss with two further charges, accusing him of using force, fraud or Sicilian to compel as a woman to engage in commercial acts, and I'm saying that nicely for YouTube, between 2021 and 2024. Says the indictment also accused Puffy of transporting said woman identified in legal documents victim to and ex-workers to engage in prostitution. But I mean, this is my thing, dog. Did he force them or did they do that? Because I mean, it's no different. Like, I hate to say it, and it's probably not going to sound good. But as far as prostitution, what does that mean really, right? Because if you keep it 100, right? The average girl, if you just meet a new chick, they're not gonna, y'all ain't gonna link and chill. I mean, it's a possibility, but before she links and chill, she want to meet you out and go out on a date. Who you think finna have to pay for? Some ladies will pay for their own spot though, but not all. Is that a form of prostitution? Because at the end of the day, if you're taking a chick out on a date and spending your bread on her, of course, eventually you're gonna want to chill. If you catch my drift, and I'm saying it nicely for you too. Just food for thought. You know what I'm saying? It says prosecutors have also said that they expect for 4 accusers to testify against Diddy at the trial, which is due to begin next month. Let me get this going. It says, through his legal team, the mogul denied the claim, saying these are not my allegations, are new accusers. They are the same individuals, former long-term girlfriends who were involved in consensual relationships. It says this was their private ex-life defined by consent, not coherence. So pretty much everybody, all these things too, they're saying that they've watched the videos and stuff allegedly that he's done. And they said that, everybody looks like they were willing participants. But I mean, were they all under the influence or not? But you also, can you go back and drug test them back then? I don't. And my thing is this. It was that bad, why you kept coming back? I'm not saying that they don't have a valid reason or why they shouldn't have come back, but I always be thinking of that too, It says it has also been reported that Diddy's ex-girlfriend Cassie plans to testify against her former partner at the upcoming trial. It says new super indictment. So we read this is from Megan Knuff. So yeah, I mean, she hasn't been everybody's like cup of tea lately. And I'm not saying she's doing a bad thing, but a lot of people don't usually have nothing nice to say. I think Toria rapped against her on his last album. You know what I'm saying? It says, according to DMZ, the singer, who is believed to be victim one in Diddy's indictment, is prepared to testify under her own name. It says Cassie was the first high-profile figure to sue the 55-year-old for SA and ST in November 2023, starting a tidal wave of similar lawsuits. And that's what it is. But a lot of them joints was criminal too. I think in hers, a lot of them joints was civil. You know what I'm saying? So civil means like even if you lose, you guys just pay some bread, But he went on to pay hers and got it out the way. But I don't think they should be allowed to let her testify against that now at this point. But, if a judge has ruled on it or they're saying it's okay and she's agreed to do it, then I guess they're like, well, we're going to move forward with this because she's been with him the longest, I think that was his longest running girlfriend to the best of our public knowledge, and if I'm wrong, feel free to correct the kid. It says the suit was settled the following day after an undisclosed amount, but much of her allegations would form the basis of the XT and the racketeering charges against Diddy. The mogul trial is currently set to begin May 12th, a week later than the original plan. I'm wondering if it's going to get pushed back, though, because, honestly, they were probably thinking he would take a plea deal, but I guess Diddy's like, nah, we got to ride it all the way out. The trial was recently pushed back to give both sides extra time to figure out jury selection, motions, and disclosure of evidence after the first two superseding indictments filed against Diddy. The record executive had also previously attempted to have the 2016 security footage of him attacking Cassie in the hotel corridor barrier from being used as evidence during the trial, as he claimed it had been altered. So, and it did been altered, but it's worth a shot. And I know what you're saying. Like, the judge probably like, nope, we'll just rewind it because I think that's what it is, or calm it down. But at the same time, that's his attorneys doing whatever anything's worth a shot. You know what I'm saying? However, prosecutors revealed that there were a possession of the original footage. Diddy's request to have the unrestricted access to the quote-unquote freak-off videos that Cassie provided as evidence was also recently denied, with prosecutors claiming he was showcasing willingness to violate the protective order in order to embarrass her. So pretty much there was a protective order, but he was still messing around with her apparently. So again, that's just the update on the Diddy joint. And I think we got another article real quick. I just want to get the exclusives on this because this actually was reported on April 5th. It says, Sean Diddy Combs' ex Cassie Ventura testified using her name, not anonymously, in XT trial exclusive. So pretty much it says 3 other victims were preparing to testify against Diddy as a disgraced musician, unanimously accorded to be in a new fling. So I'm just going to break down this article real quick because like when we get to that 45-minute mark, I'm going to transfer to like Tay-K real quick. But Diddy, man, I'm very curious if the case is going to start in May like it's supposed to. It says, Cassie Ventura is prepared to testify against her ex-partner Sean Diddy Combs in his upcoming ex-trafficking trial. Using her name, people can exclusively reveal 3 other victims are preparing to testify against them. Disgraced musician anonymously. So the other people that's going to testify, he's probably going to see them, but we probably won't know about them. I'm surprised this wouldn't be publicized. But I'm very curious if they'll probably block out their information. Combs will go to trial May 5th for X trafficking, but we just read it's supposed to be pushed back to May 12th. Racketeering and transporting and engaged in prostitution. Cassie, we got our Cassandra Cassie Ventura is prepared to testify against her ex-partner Sean Diddy Combs, and she will be using her name to do so. In a motion filed on Friday, April 4th, prosecutors state that the victim one would not be testifying anonymously during Combs' upcoming trial, where he faces charges of racketeering, conspiracy, XTing, and transporting to engage in prostitution. People exclusively confirmed with sources that Ventura, 38 years old, is victim one and that she will be testifying in the trial. So I'm very curious, that may help or hurt Diddy. I mean, does she still have a special place in her heart for him or not? You know, but even though she's married and I think she's moved on and she has 2 kids, you know. But her ex, you know, I mean, with her current man, he's got to go through it with her because, I mean, he's got to hold her now. Says she is preparing to testify under her own name. The filing states victim 2, victim 3, and victim 4 has asked their identities not to be revealed to press or the public. So they got to hold that down because if that happens, that could break up the case too or prolong things. Prosecutors request that the anonymous victims be referred to at trial using only pseudonyms and for the court to require the defense not to share their identity details about them. This case has already received an exceptional amount of media coverage, which was presumably only increased as trial proceeds. Prosecutors state permitting these measures will prevent unnecessary public disclosure of the victims' identities and the harassment from the media and others under embarrassment and other advised consequences that would almost certainly follow if women were forced to reveal their true names publicly. So it means it's got to be, in my opinion, it's probably some super celebrities that we don't know about too, that they don't want to be revealed and they don't want to mess up their career. Because, I mean, to me, right, the Diddy stuff, some of these stories that we've heard about him, I'm not saying they're true or not true, but they've been pretty freaking wild, right? I'm going to leave it right there. They've been pretty wild. Now, I don't know if they're true or not. It says Rolling Stone previously identified victim 1 as Ventura in January. Let's see where we are. It says, and then, yeah, Cassie X, a baby number 3, birthday tribute to her husband. Okay, cool. I think, yeah, so they're on baby number 3, not 2. Interesting. I thought it was 2, my bad, but that's what that is. It says Combs, 55, was charged with 3 counts of XTN, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution in September 2024. The latest indictment against Combs, made publicly by federal prosecutors in New York City on April 4th, and then obtained by people, included 1 or more counts of each XTN and transferring, including engagement in prostitution. And new charges are revealed on the second victim to indictment states. Representatives of Ventura and Combs have not responded to people's requests for comment. The indictment alleges that Combs and his associates would be lure people under the presence of a romantic relationship before he had to use force threats of forceful and coherent. Whatever that means, I'm not going to go there. It says, in order to get to participate in the freak-offs, which prosecutors describe as an elaborate and produced X performance, I'm going to leave it right there for YouTube, says that the disgraced music mogul allegedly coherent others to participate in. The new count X trafficking by force, fraud, and coherent alleges that Combs recruited, incited, harbored, transport, and obtained advertisement, maintained and patronized and solicited victim 2 and attempted to aid it and abetted and willfully caused victim 2 to engage in commercial X acts, knowing and reckless discarding of the fact that the victim 2 was engaging in commercial X as acts as a result of force and fraud and coherent. Ventura first made headlines in May 2024 when CNN released the surveillance video that alleged showed that Combs was chasing and beating her in the hotel in March 2016. I would like to see the full video because we just got what they got coming around the corner. I'm not saying that's going to make or break the situation, but I just find it a little weird. Even though it still don't look good for him at all, I'm very curious why they even went down to begin with, you know? It says the footage captured at the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles alleged showed a Ventura walking around a bank of elevators as Combs chased after her, then grabbing her by the neck and tossing her to the floor before turning her to violently kick her and grab her purse and suitcase. Also in the footage, Combs alleged can be seen grabbing and shoving a Ventura during an altercation, and the footage supported allegations she made in a new settled lawsuit filed in November 2023. It says in another filing in March 13, Combs' legal team claimed CNN altered the footage by purchasing the only known copy of the surveillance footage, uploading it to a free editing software, and editing the original video. They would have to prove that. You know, I'm not saying it's not true or what have you. It says all CNN video footage was sustainably altered and significantly respects the letter to the judge. It says this includes covering the timestamp and the changing of the video sequences. It also includes speeding up the video to make it falsely appear that the actions in the video are taking place faster than they are. As a result, CNN videos do not fairly and accurately dispute events in question. It says it's not surprising that Combs would make a such a dangerous argument to exclude the disturbing video from being shown in court in the upcoming trial. Ventura's attorney Douglas Wigdor said in a statement to People at the time, "I'm confident that the video fairly and accurately represents what happened, will be admitted into evidence, and Combs will be held accountable for his disparity." So they're saying, yo, you still got to be held liable for your actions. And I get that if that's what went down, but he's not. This is my thing too that's going to cause confusion. He's not on trial for that particular situation. So I feel like they shouldn't be able to use that against him, even though who hasn't seen the video. But the point is that shouldn't be admitted into evidence if you ask me. But I'm no attorney or lawyer, and I'm not trying to pick sides here or say who or what is right and who's not, you know. It says, want to keep up with the latest crime coverage, and they want you to sign up here. It says, Combs is currently behind bars in Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center as he awaits his trial of the federal charges, which is scheduled May 5th. He has pleaded not guilty. He has also been named in the defendants in more than 60 lawsuits accusing him of misconduct. Combs has denied the allegations. If you or someone you know, and then of course I got to plug that in right there. So yeah, we're gonna leave it right there for the People situation. So that pretty much covers Diddy, man. And pause. And now we're gonna go over Tay-K's first week of the capital murder trial. Now I told you guys I wanted to look up what capital murder is, and I did do that here. So before we even get started, for like the last 12 to 10 minutes of the live, pretty much capital murder refers to the category of murder often defined as first-degree murder with aggravated circumstances that carries the possibility of one death, the penalty of imprisonment without parole. Keep in mind, Tay-K he's already in for 55 years. And I just wanted to look up what capital murder is, and this is off Google. Says capital murder refers to the category of murder in some parts of the U.S. for which is a perpetrator is eligible for the death penalty. So yeah, he could be facing a death. Keep in mind, he got 55 years. And I seen the one chick that actually testified against him, which is supposed to be his ex too. I don't know if I got the video on that, but we'll see out of this. So some states, and I think this is based out of Texas. If I'm not mistaken, Texas has the death penalty, dog. And let me, you know what? I'm going to put myself on the main screen. I want to look that up. Does Texas have the death penalty? Which I'm pretty sure they do, but let me just double check. Texas death penalty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Death penalty. I got to know. Yeah. So I think they have that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, here we go right here. And again, if this is wrong, this is based off of Google. So I'm just reading it. I'm not the guy who knows what it actually is, but it says, cool. I put this in. All I did was Google was Texas death penalty, right? It says, in Texas, the death penalty is a legal punishment of capital murder. Wow, there you go right there. See how that word go hand in hand? I looked up capital murder, and that goes hand in hand with pretty much the death penalty, right? With the specific aggravated factors that murder during a felony or murder of a public safety officer is carried out with a legal injection. So pretty much, yeah, he can get the needle, You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, it's just what I'm getting from it, right? It says crimes eligible for death penalty. It says capital murder, which includes specific aggravated factors like murder during the commission of another felony. So he's already, he's got the double murder thing, and this was a second murder case. So yeah, I can see why they went on and put this on there. It says kidnapping, burglary, robbery, aggravated R, and arson. So I mean, pretty much murder to hire, murder. Yeah. So a lot of these states, not every state has a death penalty though. But from what I hear, Texas, while their gun laws are very loose, to the best of my knowledge, they are still one of those. If you do get caught lacking, though, it's not gonna be pretty, And we've had several unique situations that happen in Texas that I ain't even gonna get started there. We can think of the one where the cop actually got off on the wrong floor, kicked the goddamn door in, and shot homie, but they let that person, she got time, but she didn't get the max, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm not gonna go there. So sharing my screen right here, just wanted to go over the capital murder and then the death penalty joint. So let's see, first week of, and I'm just gonna say Tay-K, because I'm not gonna say his real name here, because it is kind of hard to pronounce. Capital murder trial concludes, and it says Tay-K is accused of fatally shooting Mark Salvador in 2017. Keep in mind, he's just not going to trial on this joint, and it is 2025, dog. So let me see if I can play this right quick. Hopefully the audio isn't too bad. So y'all let me know if y'all can hear this real quick, because I want to see what this is. I don't think I actually watched it. So real quick.
More boxes, more options. Grainger has over 1,700 box types.
I'm cutting the music on this real quick. Hold on real quick. See if I can skip the ad. Here we go.
Examiner wrapped up the first week in the trial of Texas rapper Tay-K. Tamor McIntyre is accused of killing photographer Mark Anthony Saldivar in a Chick-fil-A parking lot across from North Star Mall back in 2017. Erica Hernandez shows us how there's been conflicting testimony this week. Plus, we take a look at what we can expect next week.
He leans out. He shoots Mark through the shoulder.
On Tuesday, the state came out swinging, saying they had enough evidence to prove Tamor McIntyre was the one who pulled the trigger and shot 20-year-old Mark Saldivar. This after they say McIntyre and 3 others tried to rob Saldivar of his photography gear. But testimony this week in the high-profile trial hasn't been so clear. Several people who witnessed the fight inside a vehicle or the actual shooting weren't consistent about the identity of the shooter. Some testifying that it was a Hispanic man and others a black man. The jury also viewed surveillance footage of the shooting and moments after as the vehicle was abandoned, but nothing has been clear enough to show that Tamor McIntyre was in fact the shooter. On Friday, the jury did hear from the medical examiner who explained how one gunshot wound to the shoulder killed Saldivar.
The bullet would have to go through the chest, which would mean the possibility of hitting the lungs, so the left lung, the right lung, the heart.
So
the 3 people who were alleged to be in the car with McIntyre have yet to take the stand. That is expected next week. Also next week, the jury could deliberate. If they do find McIntyre guilty, he would automatically be sentenced to life in prison. At the Kathina Reeves Justice Center, Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
So pretty much
more boxes.
I'm gonna cut that off. If he's found, I don't think they're gonna give him the death penalty then, but he could be automatically sentenced to life in prison. He's already doing 55 years, dog. But he's doing, this is state, so with good behavior, he could probably do, even if you do half of 55, you're still looking at over like 20 plus some years, dog. And we're just going to see. So it says at San Antonio, it says, the first week of the testimony has wrapped in the capital murder trial for Tay-K, also known as Texas rapper Tay-K. My bad, I just read that twice. It says, who is accused of deadly 2017 robbery of photographer Mark Saldivar. Says, prosecutors argued Tuesday that McIntyre was the gunman who shot 20-year-old Salvador after he and 3 others allegedly attempted to rob Salvador of his photography equipment. However, witness testimony varied, and some were describing the shooter as a Hispanic man and others were a black man. Jurors also reviewed surveillance footage from the shooting and the aftermath, showing the vehicle involved being abandoned. Inside the vehicle, 3 different empty gun magazines were found, as well as a cell phone. It says, on Friday, the Blacksburg County Chief Medical Examiner, Dr. Kimberly Montlana, testified that Salvador died from a single gunshot wound to the shoulder that exited his back, hitting major organs. Let's see, the 3 people alleged with McIntyre at the time of the shooting has yet to testify, but they are expected to take the stand next week, and the jury could begin deliberating as early as next week. So I think we've seen it where his girlfriend, she's already testified, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't looking good for him. And I said, he looks like, I mean, to be honest, I would try to like give him some type of medical exam too, man, because I'm not saying any of this is true, but at the same time, dog, I can't help but like be curious, like is there something going on? So yeah, I'm not gonna watch that whole video. This one is 2 hours and 59 minutes. So that lets you know when you're going to court, dog, these are not quick. Like as much as we get these little snippets, trust me, court. Like when I went to court each and every time, I thought it'd be like, damn, it felt like 5 minutes sometimes, but hell, we be in that motherfucker for an hour before you know it, easily. And it seems like it go by quick as hell. I'm telling you. So, yeah. I just want to say this, and then we'll bring up the last little part of what he was originally sentenced for, the 55 years in prison of the fatal robbery, just to give you guys a little bit of a reminder, and I'm going to wrap things up here for the last, 5 minutes. So, pretty much, yeah, dog, I don't know if this was a good idea for the great pitcher, Tay-K, but Texas rapper Tay-K was sentenced to 55 years in prison and fined $21,000 on Tuesday on the murder charge of the 2016 robbery that ended with one man dead, according to the Tarrant County Criminal District Attorney's Office. Tay-K, whose legal name is Taymor McIntyre, was sentenced to 30 years in prison on 1 count of aggravated robbery and 13 years for each of the remaining 2 counts of the aggravated robbery. The sentence will run concurrently in court. So that's how it is. You got 30 plus you got this 13 years. But which one ever comes first, that's going to be like, clearly he's got to do that one. That's going to be like, you already did 13 years. If it's running concurrently, means it's going to run together. It says the Clark Kirk says last weekend, 19-year-old was found guilty of murder in the death of 21-year-old father in the incident. CNN report that Tay-K was one of the 7 defendants. The other involved were found guilty or accepted plea deals. So some of them already knew it just wasn't look good. They just said whatever, you know what I'm saying? It says a witness testified detailed that Tay-K was a part of the poly that stole the drugs and money from the victim's home in a man shield in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area. It says reported the father was identified as Ethan Walker, who ended up not having the drugs or the money the robbers were looking for. The witness testified that Walker was shot while his hands were in the air. So pretty much, like, man, it kind of sucks, but I'm going to read through the rest of this part too. It says Tay-K's legal team maintains that the shooter was not the client and that he should not have been found guilty. However, prosecutors argued that the rapper knew the plan was to take advantage of Walker. Tay-K's rise to fame came from him after he cut off his ankle monitor bracelet and escaped on house arrest back in 2017. Later, he released a song called The Race. While it garnered more than 17 million views on YouTube, the teen was caught in New Jersey 3 months after fleeing. So he knew he would eventually get caught. All I gotta say is like, damn, dog. You know what I'm saying? This is not how you want to go out. And if he didn't do it, and it's the thing where he, like the first case, I watched that one, right? They kept arguing he wasn't the gunman. His attorney tried to put up, he was clearly like, you know, a witness to it, but he didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? This my thing. If you knew, you know, they argue pretty much back like, let me put it this way. If it's the same thing that happened with the XXXTentacion situation where the 4 guys got caught up, but the one guy that was originally a part of the plan said he wanted no parts of it, but they didn't let him leave. But he took a plea deal and told on everybody this and the third. Meaning like, okay, cool, he was a part of it, but he didn't want to do it, but they like pretty much said, y'all, you already know too much, now you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? He still had to do time too. He just got the least amount of time. It's just like if you rob a bank, for an example, right? If you rob a bank, it's like you and like 5 other people rob a bank and you're just the driver. You're still going to get some time too. No matter how you slice and dice it, you're gonna get some time as well. You're not gonna get a get out of jail free card because you didn't go in and pull the triggers or whatever. What happened went down. You were still a part of the plan. You know what I'm saying? You may not get the max, but you're gonna get something. And that's the same with this situation too. You know what I'm saying? Tay-K, like, okay, cool. Say you wasn't a part of the plan, but if that was the case, you should have went on and took the deal or try to argue that to the deal type of agreed to testify and all that. But in the streets, they call that snitching. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it. Looks like we got Melly Mel in the building, man, as we get ready to wrap this thing up. Says, I'm a little Tay-K. I don't think you about that action. Oh, you talking about this. That's the name of the song. He says, you want action, you get turned into past tense. That's the lyrics off that joint. Says, you boys deep, well, let's get that subtraction. It says, Tay-K only and made better choices. Yeah, exactly. If he only made better choices, I get it. He wanted that success, but at the same time, dog, like, I mean, the stuff that you're alleged of, like, what's the real reasoning here? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is stuff that I feel like you could have easily just obtained by going somewhere else. This is my thing. If y'all saw homie didn't have what y'all was looking for, then why do that? I'm not saying that he did or didn't, but I'm just saying, like, if this is what they're alleging to, right, then if you saw that he had it, ain't no point in taking him out. Now, the whole little Chick-fil-A joint that's currently going on, that one's got to be more to the story as well. So I'm going to be very curious how this fucking goes. Melly Mel says, 16-year-old being a young N-word. It says, man, he could have been decent. Yeah, this is my thing, dog. You got to know, honestly, just some of the stuff you don't have to do. Think things through. And that's why I say also, right, and I'm putting myself back on the main screen, I honestly would ask for a mental evaluation on homie, to be honest, man. Because, I mean, like, to be honest, as you're a kid, you don't have the proper adult, like, thinking out. I get that. But at the same time, maybe it's how he grew up and the people in his surroundings. And I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but you know you could easily become a product of your environment before you even know it too, man. And I hate to say that that's the case here, and I don't know. But I hate this because he had so much potential, but had he not cut off his ankle monitor and did the race, will we know who he was? You know what I'm saying? Just food for thought. But yeah, I've been on this joint for like an hour, man. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up here for the night, and I will be back live again on Wednesday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. But until then, this is Music Monday, where of course we talk that music talk. Sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat. It is free to sign up. Where of course we continue the singer talk. We got a food section, a sports section, music section, lid section, you name it, right? Okay. And I'll see you guys again on Wednesday for that Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. Until then, more content on the way. And y'all sub up if y'all haven't done so already, and hit that like button. And yeah, again, my name is Jeremy Jones, and I'm officially out this thing, man. Peace.
December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die, let I know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Got enough I can remember. Got enough I can remember. remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember.